It is about fulfilling your Canadian dream despite COVID-19. We will inform you and make you aware how you could fulfill your Canadian dream during this pandemic situation. You can pursue your Canadian education irrespective whether you are in Canada or in India. So I welcome you all and thank you for registering with us. I hope you will all enjoy and learn from our panel of experts today about this unique pathway programs opportunity for September 2020 intake. Please do write your questions about this event or any program that you want to know in the chat box simultaneously. ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਡਿਊਰਿੰਗ ਦਿਸ ਹੋਲ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਜਦ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਪੀਕਰਸ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਹਟਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਵਾਰੀ-ਵਾਰੀ ਕਰਨਗੇ. So I request you all, if you have any questions regarding your hospitality thing, we are today talking about hospitality programs, culinary management, and food and beverage management. They are diploma programs. So if any question regarding this, you are most welcome to write the questions in the chat box. So our experts will take on those questions and answer them after the session. Continental Institute for International Studies has been imparting a unique pathway program to Canada since 2000. It's been almost 2 decades we are into the international education. And Ciis has been offering this program which enables Indian students to join Canadian programs in India and complete them in Canada. And there's a 100% credit transfer opportunity and they get advanced standing to year 2 of the program. So Ciis prepares its students for a smooth transition to Canada, a new world and a new country. आज ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਵੇਂ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਜੀ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. We are wearing masks, we are using sanitizers, we are working from home, students are taking online classes, we are maintaining social distancing. So these all things have come up due to COVID-19 that we have heard of since the beginning of 2020. So we all are trying to follow a new normal. We are trying to take all precautions during this COVID-19 situation across the globe. From face-to-face meetings and in-person meetings, we have shifted to virtual meetings. Exactly what we are trying to do today in this Zoom meeting. So this is an exclusive session. This is about international education in Canada and primarily about hospitality programs. Under that, we'll be talking about 2 programs. One is culinary management. The other one is food and beverage management. So not taking much of your time, I'll quickly introduce the panel of experts today who have joined us live from Canada and India. Due to the time difference in both the countries, I would request Mr. Keith Muller, who has joined us live from Canada in his early morning, and Mr. Deepak Kochhar in his evening from Delhi, India. They both will brief you about this unique collaboration and a pathway partnership to study culinary management and food and beverage management. The first year in India and second year in Canada. So may I request Mr. Deepak Kochhar, our Vice President, Sales and Marketing, CIIS, to please say a few words and give us an overview about the advantages and benefits for joining Ciis Pathway Program and take admission at CIIS, and especially the USPs we offer in this unique partnership. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Aman. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Sat Sri Akal. And it's a great pleasure for me and my team to join all of you today for this special webinar, which we have organized especially to give you the insight and the highlights about our partnership with Conestoga College. Conestoga has been a long-standing partner with Ciis. Ciis has been imparting Canadian education, international education from last 20 years. And we have been a household name in the field of international education in India. And we are proud to say we are the oldest and we are the largest international education provider here in India, especially in this part of the country in North India as of now. Ciis, as Aman has just said, like Jitha Aman ne tonu hune dassya bhi hai, it's a unique concept. A बहुत ही different and बहुत ही वधिया concept है, and especially in the present pandemic situation. With the ongoing crisis, the COVID crisis, the Corona times which are going on, a lot of students who had their dreams to go and study abroad We being from this industry, we being from one of the leaders and pioneers in the immigration industry as well, we come across a lot of students and aspirants who wanted to go to Canada to pursue their education. But their dreams have actually got shattered with this COVID situation. बहुत सारे multiple reasons हैं for that. One of the reasons that the student, because of the travel restrictions and the pandemic situation, a lot of colleges and universities, they've opted for online education. So students are either getting their approval in principle to study here in India, they are paying their Canadian education fee, and still they are in India and studying that particular education online. So 13-14-15 लाख जो भी खर्चा expense जेड़ा bear करके they are paying such an hefty amount, and at the end of the day they are still in India and just attending an online class. The class is being conducted from Canada and they are here in India, and they'll be attending that online class despite paying that such an hefty amount. Apart from that, many students, बहुत ऐदां दे students सीगे, the ones who could not even appear for their IELTS exams. IELTS coaching institutes were closed, the exams were not being conducted. So due to all these factors, most of the students had to defer their plans. So the ones who were eligible to go for the September 2020 intake, they had to defer their plans either to January 2021, or even if they don't get a seat in January 2021 because of there'll be a lot of rush because of this push of the fall session, most of the students will go into the winter session, the January 2021 session. So most students will now opt for Jan 21, and with the limited number of seats being available in the Jan session, they would either waste this year and ultimately land up in September 2021. So होगा क्या, जिस बच्चे ने September 2020 में अपनी admission लेनी है इस साल, because of all these reasons, because of the deferment, they will waste one full year. एक पूरा साल waste करने के बाद September 2021 में जाके वो first year में अपनी admission लेंगे. So they have actually wasted one full year, or otherwise, if they go into an online model, एक साल की पूरी फॉरेन स्टूडेंट की ट्यूशन फी पे करने के बाद वो इंडिया में ही और ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन कर रहे हैं. सो ये दोनों क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स हैं जो आज की डेट में व्हिच इज एक्चुअली अफेक्टिंग एंड बॉदरिंग अ लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट एस्पिरेंट्स हु वांट टू गो टू कनाडा. CIS is the answer, is the right solution to address both these issues. If you enroll in CIS in your year 1, you will not waste 1 year. आप जो अपना पहला साल है एजुकेशन का, you will complete your first year you will enroll with CIS in September 2020, and by the time you finish your first year in September 2021, you will land in Canada and get admission into the year 2. So you will get full credits, पूरे credit transfers के साथ you will land in Canada, save one full year without wasting this full year which you would have otherwise lost because of the COVID situation. You will not waste this year. You will complete your education at CIS, the first year in CIS, and in the year 2 you will land in Canada. In the year 2 you will directly get admission in the year 2 with full credit transfers. So this is the solution to the first basic problem, that you will not waste one year if you study at CIS. The second situation which we discussed, that even if you get your visa, you will ultimately be studying in India. You will be staying in India and studying online. आप 14-15 लाख रुपए पे करने के बाद एक ऑनलाइन क्लास अटेंड कर रहे हैं. However, in CIS, you will get the same education, exactly same education, same curriculum which you would have studied in Conestoga College in Canada. Same education आपको available होगी, same education हम आपको provide करेंगे right here in India. पहला साल आप इंडिया में जो करेंगे उसकी जो एक्चुअल कॉस्ट है एज कंपेयर टू द फॉरेन एजुकेशन, अगर पहले साल की स्टडी का खर्चा कनाडा जाने में, पढ़ाई करने में 14 से 15 लाख रुपए है, प्लस जो उसकी GIC के एक्सपेंसेस है, वो सारे अगर हम उसको कंसीडर करें, उसके कंपैरिजन में जो पहले साल का खर्चा है वो इट वुड जस्ट बी अबाउट 30 to 40% ऑफ व्हाट यू वुड हैव पेड एज अ फॉरेन स्टूडेंट. पहले साल की एजुकेशन का सिर्फ खर्चा जो है आपका 3.5 से 4 लाख का एवरेज अप्रोक्सीमेट खर्चा है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन your academic credentials, because we have scholarship options available. 3.5 से 4 लाख रुपए खर्च के सिर्फ पहले साल की आप अपनी एजुकेशन इंडिया में कंप्लीट करेंगे, which otherwise also you would have completed online. उस सिस्टम में भी आपने सेकंड ईयर में कनाडा जाना था ऑनलाइन पढ़ने के बाद, यहाँ पे भी आप सेकंड ईयर में कनाडा जाओगे that too with an option to have face-to-face classes, which might start very soon with the approval from the government of India. So बहुत से benefits हैं CIS के. जिस तरह मैंने बताया, सबसे बड़ा जो benefit है वो financial benefit है. आप तकरीबन 10 से 12 लाख रुपए जो है अपने सेव करेंगे एक साल की एजुकेशन के, which is a big advantage in this present times of crisis, in this time of crisis where every penny would matter to a parent who's earning, because this COVID has actually economically shattered everybody. So आप बहुत सारा अपना जो है financial जो resources है उसको बचाएंगे. Second benefit है face to face classes की आपके पास option है. We have a huge campus. It's a 60-acre mega campus which we have, which is state of the art campus which we have right on GT Road, National Highway 1. So you will be availing your education at this state of the art excellent campus which we have. Uske alawa, another major advantage which you will get by studying at CIS is which you will not get anywhere else. It's a group transfer option. If you're going as a direct student on a study permit, on a student visa, you are just a class 12th pass out, a graduate, a young child of about 17, 18 years, and you are being sent to a new country where you don't know anybody. It's a cultural shock. It's a psychological shock, which a lot of students face once they land into a new country in Canada, because they are not used to the Canadian education system. However, with CIS, because you will be completing your first year of education here with us, you all the students who will be studying with us, they will all move in a group. It's a complete cohort, a complete classroom of your friends, your classmates, who will all go together. So अगर आपकी 30 या 40 बच्चों की क्लास है यहाँ पे F&B मैनेजमेंट की या culinary मैनेजमेंट की, वो पूरा का पूरा एक जो ग्रुप है जो 40 या 50 बच्चों का या 30 बच्चों का, वो सारा का सारा ग्रुप एक साथ आपके साथ जा रहा है. सो जो आपके फ्रेंड्स इंडिया में आपके साथ पढ़ रहे थे एक साल से, वही आपके फ्रेंड्स आपके साथ कनाडा में आपके क्लासमेट्स होंगे. You will be accustomed to the Canadian education system. We teach you as per the Canadian education methodology. सारी education आपकी Canadian methodology से होती है, which is strictly governed by the board of Conestoga education authorities. So they manage the entire academics, they supervise the entire academics, they make sure that the quality education standards are as per the Canadian education what we provide here at CIS. एक साल पढ़ने के बाद फुल क्रेडिट्स के साथ पूरी क्लास के साथ अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ आप कनाडा जाएंगे. पैसा तकरीबन 10 से 12 लाख अपने पेरेंट्स का सेव करेंगे. आई थिंक इससे बेटर कोई सिचुएशन आज की डेट में, कोई और ऑल्टरनेट आज की डेट में बच्चों के लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है. So I think it's the best and the right choice. And as Aman has also explained, Conestoga is one of the most premium Canadian colleges which are partners with CIS. And this platform or this session would give you a lot of clarity as to how you can fulfill your dreams of studying with Conestoga College at CIS. So that was all from my side. Still, if you would have any questions to ask, I will be available, and I would welcome all your questions. Thank you, Aman.
Thank you, Deepak sir. And I think this has given a lot of insight into how do we process this pathway partnership. And I think it's a solution to all our participants for studying in Canada without going to Canada. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing that with us today. And in addition to this, I would like to add on that CIS offers you in-house IELTS training. We have teachers on campus because we know language ability is one of the important criteria to get a visa. So our teachers on campus, along with your academics, they give you this training so that you don't need to go anywhere else, and you can do it on campus with us. Additionally, we do customized visa filing for each student. Anybody who is with us, their visa filing will be done on campus. Again, they don't need to move out anywhere for this service as well. So these are the two things which I would like to add on to this thing. Now, I would like to move on to our next speaker of the day on our panel, Mr. Keith Muller, who has joined us from Canada. He is the program chair at School of Hospitality and Culinary Arts, located at Waterloo campus in Ontario, Canada. Hi, Keith, and welcome again to this session once again. Appreciate your time today morning. May I request you to share some details about Conestoga College, about you, your role at Conestoga College, and this unique partnership that we offer together. Of course, about the Culinary Management and Food and Beverage Management Diploma programs, the eligibility criteria, the reciprocal visits that we offer during this whole process. Over to you, Keith.
Good morning. Thank you, Amandeep. Good morning from Canada. Good afternoon to you in India. And you don't mind while I drink my morning cup of coffee and talk to you. It's a real pleasure to be with you and to be able to talk about what we do in Canada and the success stories of the students that have already transferred. So as Amandeep said, my name is Keith Mueller and I'm the academic chair for the School of Hospitality and Culinary Arts, located in the beautiful city of Waterloo, which is in the heart of most of the farming district in Ontario. So we're very close to food, we're very close to produce, we're very close to farmers, which all makes this a unique school within Canada. When Amandeep and myself and a number of other people devised this program about 4 years ago, we didn't realize how visionary we were and how useful this program would be in this COVID time. So we're actually way ahead of many other colleges, if you think about it, where you can study for your first year in India and then transfer for a second year, fully accepted, fully transferable credits to your second year of the program of your choice. So as you've heard before, it is a 1+1. So you do your 1 year in India, you transfer to us. There are 1 or 2 programs or courses that you still have to take in the culinary, only because of facilities that are not available in India, like butchery as being one of them. And then you continue with your studies. The good thing this year, especially with COVID, we've been very busy in the summer creating online videos for demonstrations, both for culinary management and for food and beverage management. Those videos, the demonstration videos, will be available to you as students in India. So you can see what we're teaching first year in Canada. You will practice and see what is being taught first year in India, so that when you come to us, you'll be familiar, firstly, with the faculty that will teach you, secondly, with the curriculum that you would have learned in both countries, and thirdly, with the facilities, so that you can see what we have. Everything was filmed in our facilities, so you'll know what equipment, what the rooms look like. It will hopefully look like home when you arrive here. So you'll appreciate it, you'll see what it looks like. The association with CIIS, I believe, Amandeep, my memory serves me well, is about 4 years now, 5 years maybe. I've been to India many times in those years to visit, firstly, your beautiful country, and also to visit you in Chandigarh, which has always been a pleasure. Like any partnership, it starts out slow. It starts out with expectations from both sides, and together we grow. And I'm glad to tell you that CIIS has grown in leaps and bounds in the culinary and hospitality area over the last few years. And it certainly shows in their commitment to this partnership and in their commitment especially to the success of students and to the success of their future, not only their careers, but also for them as people. I can also tell you that visiting the students when they're studying in their first year in CIIS makes a big difference for me when they arrive in Canada. They're almost like my kids. They come and look for me at the school. They come and tell me what's happened, tell me stories that how they got there. And so I mention that to you because when you arrive in a new country, it can be very lonely. I know that. I immigrated to Canada 25 years ago. And so at least knowing somebody in the country, even if it's just a familiar face that you've seen a few times, it's really, really important to know that there's somebody that you can talk to, that you can arrive, and it is somebody familiar that's there for you. So the program itself, as we talk about the Culinary Management and the Food and Beverage, are the two programs that will prepare you for the hospitality industry. Obviously, one in the kitchen, the other one in the hotel and restaurant, or in the food and beverage side of things. I will be honest with you, everybody is feeling the effects of the COVID, not only in India. I think, and I cross my fingers when I say this, that we've been very lucky in Canada, that we have not been as hard hit as our friends in the South. And we've been very sensible about it. I've been working from home since the beginning of March. And although it gets boring sometimes when you can't talk to people live, we do what we do to keep ourselves safe and to keep other people safe. So having said that, the industry adapts like every industry does. Initially, when COVID hit us, all the restaurants closed down and there was no takeout food. And everybody thought it was going to last maybe a month or two. It lasted much longer, as we know, and everybody has adapted. There is food available, there is delivery, there's takeout, there's patios, now we have in a restaurant dining again with social spacing, and even our restaurant at the school, hopefully, if we get clearance from the health department, we will be opening our restaurant at the school in October. So things get better daily. So when it comes to, and I mention this because everybody will be asking, well, what is the job situation? What is it like? Will I find a job? I can tell you that even now, I have people constantly calling me looking for people to help. Because obviously, when you have to be so careful with health and safety issues, it becomes more and more important that you have the right people in place. And in fact, just yesterday, I heard of one of the chefs, one of the CIS students that arrived with us last year, finished up his program in this past summer. He was working at Tim Hortons in his first year as a donut maker, I think he was, or whatever he did at Tim Hortons, and then wanted to look a little bit further, and eventually got a job at a local restaurant here. And believe it or not, after 5 months, he is now the head chef at that restaurant. So it shows only, firstly, the training, and there is no slight matter about it. The training he received at CIIS was top class. Moving to us, the training, hopefully we gave him a good training in his second year, and I think we did, if that 5 months later, he's able to secure a position like that. From the hotel and restaurant position, hotels have also slowly been opening, and a lot of hotels have chosen not to open. Summer is a pretty slow time for them here in Canada, especially in the big cities. So they've chosen not to open until the business travel and some of the leisure travel from the fall comes around. So some of them have chosen to open in September, although there are hotels that are open now. But you have to remember, by the time you go into the workforce, you're 2 years down the line, and 2 years can change a lot. You can't sit and wait and say, oh, well, I'll do it next year because of COVID this year. And so you do it next year, and then the people that did this year are a year ahead of you, and they'll be taking those jobs that you could have had once you finished your education. So that's something else to remember. I think I've covered pretty much all the points. I will say that we do get a lot of international students, and as Deepak mentioned, from India, and none of them are as prepared as the students that come from CIIS. They come with good language skills. They come with good work habits, which is really important when you're in the kitchen. You need to know your way around, and they come prepared. They come prepared and ready for a new opportunity in Canada. I will, and I say this to all students that I meet from India, if you're coming to study at Conestoga in Waterloo, you cannot live in Brampton. You cannot live in Brampton. It is too far. I know you will have family there, lots of family there, but unless you drive, it's still going to take you at least 40 to 45 minutes to get to school in the morning. And if you have a 7 o'clock class for baking, you're going to be up early, or you're not going to sleep the night before, one of the two. To talk about the transfers, sorry, I forgot to mention that. So once you finish the 2-year culinary program, one in CIS, one with us, same with the food and beverage, the programs that you are eligible to go into would be baking and pastry arts. There are some transfer credits that will transfer you into that program as well. You can go, if you're in culinary, you can go to food and beverage. If you're in food and beverage, you can go into culinary. You can go into global hospitality management, which is a post-diploma program. And you can also go into our event management program. So those are the direct options. This September, we'll be starting a new program called Professional Cheese Making, and that will prepare you for a career in cheese making, or just in general interest on how to make cheese, milk, and whey products. That's a new program for us, and also fully eligible for students to transfer into that. So Amandeep, I know I've spoken a lot. I hope I've covered everything. And
it was so informative, and I would want you to speak even more. So thank you very much, Keith, for bringing such clarity and transparency to the whole process, how we function, how we work together for the students. So we are so grateful to you for your time and much required information. So I'll come back to you once I have more questions for you. So let me continue from here. Thank you. Those participants who registered with us for this live Zoom webinar, and those who have joined us live on our Facebook page, if you have any questions which are unanswered until now, please write that to the chat option next to you. We will be able to ask those questions to the panel of experts, and we'll get back to you on those. मुझे लगता है आप सबको काफी सारी जानकारी मिल गई होगी कि अगर आपने कोविड-19 में कनाडा की पढ़ाई करनी है तो आप इंडिया में रह के कैसे कर सकते हैं। जो भी कीथ ने कहा और जो मिस्टर दीपक ओछड़ ने कहा, मैं उसको थोड़ा सा वर्नाकुलर लैंग्वेज में आपको बता देती हूँ। बेसिकली हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हमारा कॉलेज इंडिया में पंजाब में नेशनल हाईवे 1 के ऊपर सरहंद और राजपुरा के बीच में बेस्ड है। इट्स अ 60 एकड़ कैंपस, and we are offering international education at CIIS in partnership with our Canadian partners. So today we are talking about Conestoga College. आज हम Conestoga College के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, जिनके हम 2 मेन प्रोग्राम हॉस्पिटैलिटी के अंडर रन कर रहे हैं। वैसे तो हमारे पास बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स हैं, बिजनेस में भी है, मैकेनिकल में भी है, बट कीथ मुलर ये वहाँ के प्रोग्राम चेयर हैं, इस प्रोग्राम को रन करते हैं। He is one of the main instructors. इस प्रोग्राम को कैसे पढ़ाया जाता है, कैसे इसको ऑफर करना है, वो इसके बारे में हमें जानकारी दे रहे थे अभी। उन्होंने ये भी बताया हमारे को कि एक स्टूडेंट जो हमारा CIS से लास्ट ईयर ट्रांसफर हुआ था, इट्स अ ट्रांसफर प्रोग्राम। आप 1 साल यहाँ पे करते हैं, क्रेडिट्स अर्न करते हैं, मार्क्स अर्न करते हैं सेमेस्टर 1 और 2 के बाद, फिर आप 3rd और 4th सेमेस्टर के लिए आप कनाडा ट्रांसफर लेते हैं। आपको IELTS CIS में कराया जाता है। तो जो बच्चे लास्ट ईयर हमारे कॉनेस्टोगा कॉलेज में CIS से ट्रांसफर हुए थे, उनमें से एक बच्चे ने एक जगह पे काम करा, टिम हॉर्टन्स में। इट्स अ वेरी बिग चेन देयर, कॉफी के लिए, लाइक बेकरी प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए, ऑल दैट टेक अवेज करते हैं लोग वहाँ पे। प्रीटी फेमस, टिमीज भी बोलते हैं इसको। तो वहाँ पे उसने जॉब करा, एंड आफ्टर दैट ही इज जॉइंड अ रेस्टोरेंट, एंड देन छोटी पोजीशन से शुरू करके, क्योंकि उसकी ट्रेनिंग अच्छी थी CIS में भी और कॉनेस्टोगा में भी, उसने हेड शेफ की पोजीशन टेन करी है, which is very important when you go for a work permit and eventually for your permanent residency. तो जो CIS है, it plays an important role. जब हम 12th क्लास के बाद अपने प्रोफेशनल कोर्स को ज्वाइन करते हैं, चूज करते हैं, तो CIS आपको पूरा तैयार करता है उस चीज में ट्रांसफर होने के लिए। आपका जो इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, उसका अनलर्न करा के आपको कैनेडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम की ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है। How to go for problem solving, critical thinking, for even maths you don't have to be scared. मैंने काफी सारे बच्चों से सुना है कि maths नहीं आता, maths से डर लगता है, but maths is very important and we are using maths in every field today. अगर मैं एक होटल इंडस्ट्री में भी हूँ तो मुझे अगर बेसिक मैथ्स नहीं पता तो मुझे मेरे प्रॉफिट लॉसेस नहीं पता चलेंगे। अगर मैं किसी बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री में हूँ तो मुझे मैथ्स आना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर मैं हेल्थ साइंसेज में हूँ तो भी मैंने क्या इंजेक्शन देना है, कितनी क्वांटिटी का देना है, क्या उसके मैथमेटिक्स होंगे, वो होना आना जरूरी है। तो मैथ्स इज वेरी इंटीग्रल एंड इम्पोर्टेंट कंपोनेंट ऑफ एनी एजुकेशन सिस्टम, एनी डोमेन इन टुडेज लाइफ. So we should not be scared of maths. हमें maths से डरना नहीं है. We'll impart you wherever it is required. We'll train you on that. और आपको उसके लिए फॉर्मूला शीट भी मिलती है, आपको कैलकुलेटर्स भी मिलते हैं, आपको एक प्रॉब्लम दी जाएगी, आपका सिर्फ इतना काम रहेगा मैथ्स में उस प्रॉब्लम को समझ के उसको सॉल्व करना आना चाहिए. यू नीड टू नो कि कौन सा फॉर्मूला लगा के कैसे कैलकुलेटर पे यूज करके हमने उसका आंसर देना है. आपको कुछ भी रोट लर्निंग रट्टा मारने की जरूरत नहीं है in any of the course for Canadian education. So Ciis prepares you from here for the international education, especially the North American education system, how you have to transform into that and how you have to cite the sources and stuff like that. So that once you reach into Canada for your year 2 of the program, आप बहुत तैयारी के साथ जाते हो, आपको कुछ भी नया और डिफरेंट नहीं लगता. There is no academic gap that we deliver in Ciis and Conestoga that delivers to you. So there's a lot of gap which has been bridged by CIIS. और मुझे लगता है कनाडा में पढ़ाई करने के लिए आज के टाइम में कोविड-19 में जब हमें पता है कि फ्लाइट्स के ऊपर बहुत सारी राइडर्स हैं, सब लोग फ्लाइट्स नहीं ले सकते हैं, ओनली परमानेंट रेजिडेंट्स एंड कैनेडियन सिटीजन are allowed to travel for repatriation flights and so many other restrictions are there by the DGCA. तो हम कनाडा नहीं जा सकते हैं, हमारे पास वीजा नहीं आया है, काफी लोगों ने IELTS नहीं, टेस्ट ही नहीं दिया है, forget about getting the scores, so we don't have the scores for IELTS, so we are still waiting. So as Deepak sir has mentioned earlier, इस पूरे एक साल को वेट करने के लिए it's better to join CIIS and start your year 1 right away right now. Our admissions are on for September 2020. We are commencing a session from 14th September. So you still have time to make up your minds and join CIIS. तो जो भी बच्चे अभी जैसे मिस्टर कीथ मुलर ने भी बताया, अभी जो भी बच्चे हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेगमेंट को ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, हमारे पास 2 प्रोग्राम है उसके लिए, culinary मैनेजमेंट एंड फूड एंड बेवरेज मैनेजमेंट. तो जो भी उसमें पढ़ाई करना चाहते हैं, जिसको कोई भी उसके रिगार्डिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए, वो हमारे एक्सपर्ट से पूछ सकते हैं. उसकी एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया क्या है, जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या है, एनीथिंग दैट कम्स टू योर माइंड. तो आपके वहां पे चैट बॉक्स दिया हुआ है इस ऑप्शन में, आप उसमें अपने क्वेश्चंस लिख दीजिए एंड आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क दोस क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू फ्रॉम द पैनल ऑफ एक्सपर्ट्स. एंड हमारे को बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन रूमर्स मिलते हैं इंटरनेशनल एजुकेशन में, उसने ये कह दिया, मेरे रिश्तेदार ने ये बोल दिया. हैविंग सेड दैट, यू नो, सब लोग सब कुछ बताते हैं, लेकिन आवर पैनल ऑफ एक्सपर्ट्स they'll give you the most transparent and reliable information. जो आपको वो information देंगे, it is absolutely correct and that will be valuable to you. So अपने करियर में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए, बाहर जाने के लिए जो भी information चाहिए, प्लीज आप हमसे पूछिए so that we can help you out. Now here we go. And again, I would like to thank Keith and Mr. Deepak Kochar for giving your time today and an informative session. We appreciate that. And now I'll move on to, because I'm seeing a lot of questions on the chat box, so not taking much time, I'll quickly move on to the question and answer session that our participants have written in the chat box. Our panelists from Conestoga and Ciis will be trying and answering as many questions as we can. अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन हम आंसर नहीं कर पा रहे और कोई स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन है अदर देन हॉस्पिटैलिटी, आपको मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग पूछना है, बिजनेस पूछना है, कंप्यूटर साइंस पूछना है, आईटी इनोवेशन पूछना है, कोई भी स्ट्रीम के बारे में पूछना है जो रिलेटेड टू नहीं है इस सेशन से, आप उसके बारे में भी चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं और अपना नंबर ड्रॉप कर सकते हैं. हमारे जो एडमिशन काउंसलर्स हैं, they'll get back to you after the session, so they'll be answering those questions individually and specifically. So my first question to you is, this is for you, Keith. Can we pursue a degree in hospitality from a university in Canada after completing this diploma? Keith, can you hear me? So you have to unmute yourself. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it wouldn't allow me to unmute for a minute, so here I am. Can you pursue a degree? Yes, you can. We have transfer agreements with Ryerson University in Toronto, We have agreements with Guelph University, which is just a half hour down the road from us. We have an agreement with Royal Roads University and also with Thomson Rivers University. Those are the Canadian institutions we have agreements with. We also, and I forgot to mention this, we have an agreement with the Institut Paul Bocuse in France, where students can also spend a 14-week study tour in France at the institute. With the institute, that is an additional cost to students, and we're one of 17 schools worldwide that are in that exclusive partnership. And then if you wish to further your studies more than that, the Bocuse Institute do also offer bachelor's degree, master's, and PhD in hospitality.
So I think this question is pretty much answered. आप ये डिप्लोमा करने के बाद डिग्री के लिए भी एलिजिबल हैं, आपको ट्रांसफर क्रेडिट्स मिलेंगे, and then you can pursue and complete your bachelor's, master's, as well as doctorate. My next question is, does Conestoga College helps in job placements? So Keith,
yes, we do.
This belongs to you. Yeah.
Yes, we do. We have a co-op department that works exclusively with students to help them find positions. Our faculty are also very active in helping students to find jobs. So we never have students that have a problem finding positions.
Thank you, Keith. My next question is to Mr. Deepak Kochar. Somebody is asking me, is there any scholarship available at CIIS?
Yes, Aman, we have excellent scholarship options available. ये जो scholarships हैं, they are based on your class 12th academic grades. So whatever you scored in your class 12, based on that, we offer scholarships to the tune of 1,10,000, up to 1,10,000 scholarship per student is what we offer. So once you submit the basic profile of yours, we will evaluate and we will exactly tell you for which kind of scholarship you will be eligible for.
Thank you very much, sir. तो जो भी students plan कर रहे हैं CIS year 1 में join करने के लिए, we have scholarships up to 1,10,000. So you can really avail this opportunity. A lot of money saving out here. So thank you, Deepak sir, for that. My next question to you is, Keith, are there ample part-time jobs available in Waterloo area?
Yes. That's the answer, yes.
For a situation like COVID, but in general, you can answer that.
The short answer is yes. Being a university city, we have 2 universities plus the college. So, the Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph, which is the larger area in which we live, has a population of about close to 1 million people. And with all your full service restaurants, your fast food restaurants, and that's where most of the students do find jobs, is in the fast food restaurants, because a lot of them are also open 24/7. And not even having a job at a Tim Hortons or McDonald's or Harvey's or Wendy's is really good experience for students, especially to improve their language skills. That is when you're working in customer service and you have to talk to people all the time, that's when you improve your language skills. We will work with you on finding part-time jobs in the field that you're studying. I don't want you necessarily flipping burgers at McDonald's when you could be working at a better quality restaurant. But yes, there is lots of opportunity within the region.
My next question is from Ishita Kakkar. She's asking, does your team offer any program in pastry and confectionery arts management? So we do not have that at Ciis, but I'm sure Conestoga might have something to offer as a topper.
Yes, we have a 1-year certificate in baking and pastry arts, and we have a 2-year diploma in baking and pastry arts management. And that is also eligible for students to transfer from the culinary management into that program, or even from the food and beverage.
So what Keith is saying is, Ishita, आप अगर year 1 CIS में करते हो और जब आप कनाडा जाते हो अपने year 2 के लिए in culinary management या फिर FDM, तो आप इस program का 1 year करने के लिए eligible हो, आपको transfer credit मिलते हैं, and you can start with this program in Canada for 1 year, which is pretty good for your PGWP as well. इसके बारे में we will go back to Mr. Deepak Kochhar. He'll explain you more on that because he's really into it. So I will take that up with Mr. Deepak Kochhar. So Deepak sir, I would ask this question relevant. इस प्रोसेस में जैसे एक बच्चे ने 1 साल इंडिया में करा और 1 साल कनाडा में करा और एक टॉप अप करा, तो उसमें उनको पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट की क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है?
If the education in Canada in total is for 2 years, so 1 year of the year 2, that's out of these 2 years, 1 year they've done in Conestoga, so that's 1 year, and another 1 year of top up. So total of 2 years of education which they would complete in Canada will be making them eligible for a 3-year work permit.
And
So
how
they get a 3-year open work permit in which they can work with any employer of their choice. They are not bound with any particular employer. And based on the experience which they gained during this the PGWP time period, they will be eligible to apply for their permanent residency under various streams. So one is the Canadian Experience Class. They could apply under that. They could apply under the Ontario PNP. They could apply under any other provincial nominee program in case they decide to move to any other province. So there are multiple options. There are over 100 pathways to get Canadian permanent residency. So they might fit into one of those after completion of their education in Canada.
So pretty lucrative again. I mean, you have an option of doing 2 years in Canada, 3 years, up to 3 years of work permit, and then lots and lots of opportunities for being a permanent resident to a beautiful country, Canada. This question belongs to you, Deepak sir. Are any courses in business and management also available with CIIS?
Yes, we have those options available. We have, I think, a business program with Conestoga as well. We have a business program with another partner with Red River College. So we have multiple options available in business management with us at CIS.
So Shagil,
this webinar was in particularly for culinary hotel management, those individuals. But yes, as Aman has also said, we have options available in various disciplines, not just hospitality. We've got programs in engineering, mechanical, we've got computer science, we have management, all those different fields are available with us at CIS.
So Shagil, I would like to request you can drop your number in the chat box. Our team will get back to you because the session is pertaining to hospitality and we'll stick to that. But we'll come back to you on business and management, which we are offering at CIS, and we can answer that question individually. Is there a branch of CIS in Delhi? Sorry, we do not have any branch in Delhi, though we are based on National Highway 1, which touches Delhi after 4 hours. So you can join us there at CIIS. I've completed BCom and would like to pursue further education in Canada. So Shagil, again, my answer is, again, it is specific to business programs. So our experts will get back to you individually. Please drop your number with us. Are any courses I have completed any I've already answered this question. We have business programs, but I think we are offering it after grade 12, but we have a sister concern, so subject experts will get back to you on this. If what is the scope of advertisement and public relation course in Canada? So it's a very specific question. Pete, would you like to give some insight into it? I mean, if you would like to answer this question, though I know it is not related to your field.
So specifically the courses is what the student wants to know?
I think it's the stream they're asking, basically, like hospitality, asking about advertising and...
Yeah, we have a school of, they just changed their name, School of Creative Industries, which does advertising, marketing, design, interior design, television, television studio work. They do radio. So there are a lot of opportunities within the School of Creative Media.
Thank you very much, Keith. Next question is from my name, Aman Kaur. Moreover, we can get only +2. Any contact where I can call for details? Yes, we are offering these programs after grade 12, that is 10+2. आप अपना contact यहीं पे chat box में लिख दीजिए, हमारे experts आपको call back करेंगे and we'll answer your questions. Hello ma'am, my name is Manpreet. I pass out culinary management and Duolingo test is eligible for Conestoga College. This question is by Hani Bhalla. So, Keith, is Duolingo test eligible for Conestoga College?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Now the answer is by the expert, it's not. And of course, when we have to file a visa application, the High Commission accepts only IELTS as of now under SDS category. But in other categories, we have to check out. So our experts will get back to you on this. I'm interested to know about information technology more. Gurleen, please drop your number. We have IT innovation and design with Conestoga College, but that's a different segment. So our expert team will get back to you on this. Next question is from Hitendra Rana. I have done diploma in mechanical engineering. So can I get admission in CIIS? Yes, Hitendra, please drop your number in the chat box. Our team will get back to you. We have a mechanical program available at CIIS. So we can go through your credentials and we'll get back to you with that answer. Are you going to do a webinar for that as well? For ITD, yes, it is in process, Gurleen. We are trying to pitch in our partners for specific programs. So in the coming times, yes. In the meantime, please drop your number with us in the chat box. I have already answered this one. Is it a diploma or a degree? ITD is an advanced diploma. It's a 3 years program at CIIS and Conestoga. So we are doing first year in India and rest 2 years in Canada. What is the scope of this? We've already answered. Thanks, Hitendra, for your number. We'll get back to you on this. The next question is for Keith. What is the minimum wage rate in hotels and restaurants in Ontario?
So $15 an hour is the minimum wage. That by law, they cannot pay you less than $15 an hour.
That's an amazing many children out there. $15 per hour that you will earn as a minimum wage rate. Minimum wage rate क्या होता है कि जो आपको minimum मिलना ही मिलना है, आप किसी भी position पे काम करते हैं. तो Canada has a standard structure. Ontario में जब आप होटल इंडस्ट्री में या किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में काम करते हैं, जो मिनिमम आप अर्न करेंगे $15 पर घंटा, और $15 को आप इंडियन करेंसी के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करके चेक कर सकते हैं हाउ मच यू विल अर्न इन 1 hour. My next question is with Mr. Deepak Kochar. What is the tuition fee of Culinary Management and Food and Beverage Management at CIS for the first year?
I think it's 4,10,000 a month.
4.15 for Culinary.
4.15, sorry.
3.80 for FBM.
Yeah.
So this is a very.
Aman is the right person to answer about the fee and all.
Because I keep on speaking that. So
yes.
Thank you very much. There's one question for you, Keith. It is saying, I'm an arts grade 12 student. Am I eligible for hospitality? So, I mean, this child has not done much of the maths, but then is he eligible to do any of these two programs?
Yes, you are eligible. If you struggle with math, we do have a math upgrading available as well at the college.
All right. So another question is quite relevant to this. Is grade 12 maths mandatory to pursue hospitality program, or grade 10 maths will do?
Grade 10 math is fine.
Great. So anybody जिसने 12वीं में 10+2 में grade 12 में maths नहीं पढ़ा है, आर्ट स्टूडेंट है, वो इस प्रोग्राम को ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. तो आई थिंक दिस हैज आंसर्ड मेनी ऑफ योर क्वेश्चंस इन द चैट बॉक्स आल्सो. मैथ्स के लिए बहुत सारी क्वेरीज थी मेरे पास. तो बिना मैथ्स के 12वीं में, लेकिन 10वीं में मैथ्स जो हमारा मैंडेटरी होता है इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम में, इफ यू पास ग्रेड 10 मैथ्स, यू आर एलिजिबल टू परस्यू दिस प्रोग्राम एट Conestoga College. I am a Bachelor of Arts student, a graduate in India. Am I eligible to pursue culinary management? So Deepak sir, would you like to answer this question?
Yes, surely, Aman. The arts graduates are very much eligible to get enrolled in this program.
All right. Thank you very much. Keith, the next question is, where is Conestoga College located in Ontario? The location a person wants to know.
Approximately, it is about 45 minutes or an hour west of Toronto.
Toronto, ने सुना होगा. Ontario ਵਿੱਚ एक जगह है Toronto. काफी सारे ਦੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਤਾਂ ਕੀਤ ਜੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ 45 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੇ ਰਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਹੈ from Toronto. I think this is also a pretty good location. Thank you, Keith.
Sorry, and I'll just add that there is lots of transportation from Toronto to Conestoga. We have a bus system that goes, and there's a train that goes as well every day. So you can either go by train, or the train takes about 45 minutes, the bus usually about an hour.
So, do you recommend children staying in Toronto if they are studying at Waterloo?
No, it's a distance to travel, especially if you have early morning classes. You might have late night classes. You might have to spend more time on campus. I do not advise. The best is to stay in either Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph, or Woodstock. Those, if you look at those cities, they're all in the same area, and there is lots and lots of accommodation in this area. So being the fact that it's a university town or university cities, there is lots of individual accommodation available. If you want to stay in residence, it's going to cost you a little bit more. But if you want to stay in an apartment or share an apartment, you could be paying as little as $300-400 a month for shared accommodation.
That's quite advantageous to stay in sharing. So you have a lot of things, that can be helped out with. So our next question is, what sort of co-op opportunities do international students get in Conestoga?
So if you're in a co-op or non-co-op or co-op optional program, it depends on which one you enroll in. And again, there are a lot of co-op opportunities, especially in the summer, which is when your co-op would be. The summer is travel time for Canadians. So maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes north of us would be a big cottage, what we call cottage country, or where they have little cabins. And the restaurants, hotels are very busy there. Also the mountain properties, so as we call them. So if you go west to Banff, Lake Louise, those areas, working for the Fairmont Group, which is part of the Accor group of hotels, they hire a lot of our students in the summer to do co-ops.
Okay, thank you very much, Keith, for that information. And I'll just take up last 3 questions of the session today, and remaining we'll get back to you. Whatever is unanswered, our team will get back to you on that. Does Conestoga offer any master's diploma in bakery and pastry arts management?
No, there is no college or university in Canada that offers a master's in baking and pastry. The highest qualification that is offered here is a 2-year diploma in baking and pastry arts management. I'll mention it, although it is competition to us. George Brown do have a post-diploma in French pastry, but I will also warn you that that is very expensive, because half of your program is in France, and for that, for the section that you're, or the time that you're in France, it will cost you about $30,000 Canadian. So,
you have to plan, Ishita, how you want to pursue that thing. Probably you can get a permanent residency and be a domestic student, and then pursue. Probably your tuition fee will be a little more compensated on that. So my next
no, sorry, it's not, Amandeep, it's not. That is for domestic students, is $30,000 for the French pastry program.
Is that so? So because it is
Yes.
related to French?
It's because they have to study in France, and it's at a private school in France that they attend classes. That's why it's so expensive.
So thanks for correcting me. So Ishita, you have to plan your budget for that, because for Canadian students also, because it is part in Canada and something in France, because you can go through the details what Keith has mentioned. You have to have a budget of close to 30,000 Canadian dollars for pursuing a master's diploma in bakery and pastry arts management. Second last question is, what's the maximum time for working hours in Canada? So that is with Deepak sir. Would you like to answer this question? You're on mute, sir.
Yeah, can I have the question once again? I just got.
Hitendra wants to know, what is the maximum time for working hours in Canada?
As a student, you can work 20 hours in a week.
20 hours in a week. When you are a full-time student, you can work part-time, which is 20.
Once you complete your education, once you get your PGWP, then there is no limit. You can work as much as you want. Usually it's 40 hours a week, what usually people work. But again, there are people who even do overtime. They work extra time on the weekends as well. But while on a study permit, you can only work 20 hours in a week.
Thank you very much. My last question of the day to Mr. Keith Muller. What is the major difference between culinary management and food and beverage management? Which one is better to pursue as a career? Quite a tricky one.
Wow, that's a difficult question. So the easy answer is think of a restaurant. If you're doing culinary management, you're going to be working in the kitchen. If you're doing food and beverage management, you're going to be serving tables, serving drinks. So that's the simple answer to that question. Which is the better one to pursue? That depends on your passion. I will say that there are a lot of hotel managers that hate cooking, and there are a lot of chefs that hate being hotel managers. So it's what your passion is. I cannot give you that. I'm lucky in that I like both, and I have done both in my career before. So, I will also say that when it comes to baking and pastry, there's a different kind of passion. It's something that you really want to pursue because it is both culinary and baking are very creative arts. So if you find that you're drawn more to the creative side of things, then that would be your career choice. If you really like working with people, you really like talking to people and helping people, then the food and beverage would be your choice.
Thank you, Keith. I think it was pretty simple to give in a very layman kind of thing. I'll just explain that in Hindi. अगर किसी को खाना बनाना अच्छा लगता है, anybody who loves cooking, वो culinary management choose कर सकते हैं. किसी को खाना परोसना अच्छा लगता है, लोगों से बात करना अच्छा लगता है, तो food and beverage management choose कर सकते हैं. So it is both sides. So you can pick and choose the option in hospitality. Keith has done both culinary भी करा उन्होंने और उन्होंने food and beverage and restaurant management भी करा है. तो आप देखिए आपका interest किधर है. We'll guide you to that and we'll take you there. Great answer. Culinary management in the kitchen, FBM out of the kitchen. That's great answer. Somebody is appreciating your answer, Keith. And Ishta is saying thank you for that $30,000 program because you've answered for a competition, right? But that's okay. I mean that's fair. You are an expert, so. I think a lot of questions have been answered, and anything which is unanswered and has been left, they'll be taken up by our admission counselors individually after the session. We have a very special announcement. Any student or participant who has registered with this webinar will get admission in Ciis in the next 48 hours, will get a chance to avail some extra tuition fee waiver. Please get in touch with our admission staff who has been contacting you over the last few days, Kedar, Ishu and Sharanjeet. So they'll be able to guide you about that saving the fee part. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, our panel of experts and all the participants for joining this live webinar today. I hope all of your questions are answered. In case you need more on specific information, please be in touch with our team. This is indeed a very difficult time of uncertainty, but we are very much sure and we look forward to hear from you on this opportunity if you would like to take up. And of course, we are waiting to hear from Government of India and Government of Canada for the new updates and announcements on COVID-19 about the lockdowns, unlocking and opening up the skies. So amidst this uncertainty, a lot of precautions has to be taken. Only thing which is certain at this point in time is, and we can guarantee, is your admission at CIIS for September 2020. If you meet the eligibility criteria, I mean the admission criteria. So we look forward to listen to you and to your queries about hospitality management, specifically for culinary management and food and beverage management diploma programs to commence your Canadian education dream in India. And I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much once again for sparing your time today. Thank you, Keith, for joining early or morning and coming up for this session. And Mr. Deepak Kochar, specifically joining from Delhi, especially from your hectic schedule today. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much once again. We'll all see you soon. Until then, please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye and God bless. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, sir.